Okay, so we're filled, and I left this running overnight. The water was absolutely filthy yesterday, a lot of muck and sediment in the pond, and you know, it's clarifying already. You can see there, I'll just zoom in a little bit, but you can see the pump. If I will zoom in for me, oh, my hands are wet. Of course my hands are wet. So you can see the pump down the bottom of the pond. We're full. We're full up as much as I'm happy to fill this pond. And everything is working grand. No leaks, no issues. Everything is working absolutely super. So water is being pumped from here. I'll move that a little bit further out this way probably, but water's being pumped, and I left myself a nice bit of slack there. If I want to empty the pond, that can get pumped out the back. That's currently pumping into the stream, flowing down through this. It's a wetlands bog filter type stream, so it's getting pumped right down. I'll go in a bit closer. That is going right down there into the bottom, down about here, and then it's rising up through all the stones and coming through them all. It's flowing up over the top. Now the thing about that is, right, all the bacteria, because that stone that I put in was still alive, full of bacteria and like insects, snails, worms, all the good stuff, because this was a living ecosystem until we pulled it apart. We kept it alive, we didn't leave it too long, so that's all primed and ready to be fed by the fish waste once that starts coming. So the thing about it is, all that bacteria, all that life in that ecosystem uses up all the oxygen. It uses quite a bit just for itself. It needs to, that's part of its process for living, same as ourselves. And you know what the great thing about this is, it's got a really nice surface area to allow it's more surface area for oxygenation. But that's why having a bit of a stream here is really important. And you can see what I've done here is I've just gone ahead and I've put in some of our ferns and moss between the rocks. I want to start getting this looking well. I'm limited in what I can do this evening. I have some things that I need to get done this evening, but we've got some sticks that we've put in, moss, ferns, and immediately you can see it's definitely starting to look a bit better. This on the back here, I'm leaving in place until I get it to a point I'm really happy with water levels, because I'm actually gonna look. I'll show you. That's the best thing. Let's come around here. So this area here where it's going through, that's flowing down in between all these rocks, and it's coming out here into this little pond. Now this pool, it's got a nice little bit of a depth to it, but then it's moving along, more running water, and it's flowing back into the pond itself. That's what's going to create the bulk of the oxygenation. Now, I do actually have a stronger, more powerful filter that I'll put down there, which will create an even better flow. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get more stone, and I'm going to pack that up. That will actually have the effect of raising the water in the stream a little bit. I'm not going to do that until I give all the plants a chance to get healthy and grow on, because the deeper the water, the less sun penetration. So there's rocks falling out from underneath me. We haven't finished this side yet. So like I was saying, that's getting great sun penetration throughout the day. So the plants are all going to start growing really well. And then what I'll do is I'll add a little bit more stone to the front here now. Maybe give them a couple of days, just let them get back good and healthy. Then I'll fill that all up, so the water won't just be flowing over this stone, it'll be flowing through it, over this stone here. And that's what I'm looking for. That's going to provide extra filtration, which is absolutely awesome. Now, that, like I said, that's going to have the effect of raising the water level in here. That's perfect, that's what I'm hoping for. And actually, the water there is... it will become a breeding ground for insect larvae and flies and stuff. It's inevitable, because it's essentially it's moving, but the top of it will be quite still. There'll be stagnant spots in between all the plants. Insects will have a great time. So you know what, mountain minnows going in there, they're gonna absolutely love it. They'll be protected. They won't flow out because there is going to be stone here, so they won't be able to come through it. Then we have any of them that do go through, they'll go into that pond, and then like that, there are blockages that are preventing. I'll put some more stone here so it'll be filtered through there. That'll actually have the effect of raising. Sorry, I'll show you a little bit better. So there'll be more stone going there. That'll have the effect of raising this pool, And then there's a little bit more stone going just over there, right at the front where that little bit of bogwood is, focus, and the fern, where the spillway is back in with the little mini waterfall. And that's gonna have the effect of raising up it all and creating a couple of stops where the minnows won't be able to get past. Now there'll be plenty of plants going inside the pond as well. I'm not going to put loads of stone back down on the pond. I'm going to keep it fairly clean bottom on it because I find that it's just an awful lot easier to clean. I may sprinkle some sand in, not a huge layer, because I don't want to just getting all sucked up into the filter and just ending up down at the bottom of the wetlands bog filter here, because that will have the effect of kind of getting the heavy sediments and clogging them up. But I do like my fish to have something to have a nibble on. I find that they really enjoy it. They like just getting mouthfuls, chewing it up, spitting it out. Keeps them active, much more natural behavior. Now, one thing for sure is that there's quite a bit of dirt still in the water. Now, I'm really impressed with how it's clarified even just overnight, because I didn't really get to show you, but by the look you can see there is a tiny bit of a line. Hard to see with the shine running through here. That is the bottom of it. There's a little fold in the tarp underneath. Tiny little fold. But you can see it, it's clearly there. So it's definitely getting clear. I reckon 48 hours this water will be crystal clear. That's because the sediments are all getting trapped down in here. Now, I'll go over cleaning this in another video once it's built up, because essentially there's no sponges in this, there's no, it's literally just a pump is being run on this. Everything else is completely natural. The way I like it, the way the fish like it, and it will be really essentially maintenance free. There might be one day a year of maintenance other than regular trimming of the plants, but I'll go over that in another video when things are maybe a little bit better built up. But like I was saying, I reckon the clarity is going to clear up. I reckon the clarity will improve significantly over the next 48 hours. I'm just going to leave it running for now. What I'll be doing is, when I'm building the pagoda, I will be I'll be putting it in from corner, that'll be getting raised up to about maybe about where that my hand is up there. I'll do this better, trust me. And that will have wooden lats going across it. That will create a bit of shade, still allow the sun in, but also remove kind of visibility from the heron. And the great thing about that is I can put lights on that. I can put a net on it that I can drape down across the front and the sides when there's nobody's around. I can put it down in the evening. There'll be no herons or anything able to get in. That's a really important aspect of this, is to make sure the heron's not there. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick overview now. I'm going to come back and do a little bit more work, get this end looking all finished and nice. And like I had said before, this is going to be getting all blocked off with wood. There'll be a wooden rim going all the way around. So this is going to look an awful lot better than it is at the present time. Okay, so I really can't rate wetland bog filters highly enough. They are fantastic. So at this part here, there's probably like 8 to 10 inches of water. There's 7 inches of water here, kind of 5-6 inches along there. I'd say just sitting on top of the filtration medium underneath, there's a few hundred liters of water. That's going to be a perfect place for a couple of minnows, because there's a bit of a flow going through it, obviously, because there is 4,500 liters per hour flowing through it in its totality, and that is coming up through the rock and then flowing nice and gently out the end up there. You can see a little bit of a water flow, and it's just flowing out the end there. Now, that bit of water flow is going to be absolutely perfect for some white cloud mountain minnows. They come from streams. They love a bit of flow. Most people stick them in a bowl or a jar or a small tank even, and whereas they survive, they definitely don't thrive. This is going to be a perfect place for them. And you can see here, if I zoom in, like the mint, I'll go in a bit further, like that is just, that's flying on since yesterday when it went in. You've got really strong new shoots coming out here. That's absolutely flying up in like just a day. So there's going to be tons of places here for spawning. So I reckon if I just get like 6 male and 6 female, that will be more than enough for them to do their own thing here. They'll breed, they'll keep insects at bay. So I might just do that. Nice, cheap, cheerful solution to what might otherwise be a pretty horrible insect problem, because I know last year when I was coming along and I was moving the mint, I was just getting clouds of flies coming along. Landing in the pond, fish were having a great time feeding on them, keeping their bellies full, but it was too much, and we want this to be as kind of maintenance free as possible. And you know, those guys will absolutely help with that 100% for sure.